As seen on Kaleidoscope the Series. Kaleidoscope the Series on ABC 23. It's a different look at our region, unique places you may not know exist, unique people sharing their amazing talents. There are good things happening in our area. Watch it all every Sunday on Kaleidoscope the Series on ABC 23. Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Kaleidoscope. I'm Sarah Cameron. There are so many good and unique things about where we live. Here on Kaleidoscope, we find them. Do you like a good burger? Who doesn't, right? I like a good burger, but just wait. The one we're about to show you, whoa. It's called the Savage Burger, and it's the creation of a former pizza delivery man. The former owners of Gunner's Inn and Restaurant in St. Mary's saw potential in that young man, so they turned the aprons over to him a few years ago. Now he's turned his love of good, fresh food into a roughly 4-pound burger that he calls the Savage Burger.
That's a word that's thrown around in the kitchen when you're cooking on the line. It's like, don't just tear into that like some savage or, you know, like, oh man, we blew through those tickets like a bunch of savages. So it's something that became part of the language in the back. So then it was kind of a little nod to the back of house also. When I came here, we started cooking steaks fresh rather than, you know, pulling them from a bag and pre-portioned and everything. So we started cutting our own meat in house, but with that came scraps. So rather than take those scraps and either get rid of them or throw them away, we decided to start grinding them in house and then use those high quality filet scraps, Delmonico scraps, and then turn that into burger. We decided to go that route with it and make a big burger, and it just kept evolving from there, where we're like, well, maybe we should see how much you can get. As the grind got to be more, the burgers became bigger, and the little projects that everyone were making on the side got bigger. So we decided to try to make a burger for a challenge burger instead. The Savage Burger is $25, and that's $25 if you don't finish it. But if you finish it, it's free. And you get a shirt. So we have a digital scale for it, and we make sure that every single portion is weighed to the correct amount, so then when you come to build the burger in the end, you're pretty close to where you need to be. Sometimes you have some loss with the burger being cooked off, and you try to compensate for that. A gentleman came in by the name of Dan Kennedy, and he is a competitive eater, and he came in and brought his own scale. So it was good that we were doing it, because I guess there's sometimes stacking and putting too much in or not enough. He came in and I was cooking on the line, and I think I cooked 1 Delmonico and 1 salmon. And in the amount of time, that's about 10 minutes or so, one of the servers came back and said, he's gonna finish that. Like, and I'm like, no, there's no way. Is he on the bunion? They're like, yeah, he's pretty close. And sure enough, he blew through it in 13 minutes. And he asked for apple pie. In the back we say that's pretty savage, or like a savage, so we were like, he's definitely a savage if he's ordering apple pie after a 4-pound burger in 13 minutes. So Dan has a plaque that I believe I should tell Dan that, Dan, I have your plaque. Sorry that I didn't get it to you yet, but yeah, that should be coming soon. But he's the only one that's finished. I think so many people have seen the picture online that they want to do it as a group. No one really wants to come in alone anymore and try it. There was a lot of interest at the bar for a while when people come in, when guys from out of town stay. They would like to try it, and then they would go crash upstairs. But I think a big problem is now that people want to kind of do a strength in numbers thing, where they all get a couple together, and then they try it, so they don't feel as awkward when everybody's watching them. When you cart that big burger through the restaurant, everybody kind of has eyes on you while the hour's going on. So when we carry them out to tables, people, it's usually like the big guys. They're like, and then they look over at the person that's getting it, and then I think that's where, you know, a championship mindset comes into play, where you have eyes on you. Everybody's watching you eat it the whole time during dinner service, and you're trying your best to not have your stomach explode at the same time. So I think the last couple people that came through, it was difficult because they were at the bar, so you had a lot of people in our wraparound bar kind of watching them right next to them, and then kind of being naysayers the whole time. Like, oh, you're not gonna finish, you might as well stop now. You have a 1-hour time limit. You can't leave the table during that hour, and you can substitute one topping, but we'll compensate with other toppings to fill that gap. And that's it. I don't think there's any other rules. It's pretty basic. Oh yes, yeah, one person. Yeah, no sharing. No sharing. The winter time is the time that you're gonna end up having more people come out to eat them. I don't know if it's because people like to put on more weight during the winter, but summertime is a time where it kind of tapers off. It's usually a 24-hour notice. We like to have that advance notice so we can get all the ingredients weighed up, ready to go, so it's not really a hiccup in terms of executing for food service. At the same time, give them the best quality product in the end. So it takes a little bit of time because you have to slow cook that burger as well, because it's not a hard cook or a quick cook.